Hey everyone, welcome to 366 2020. I am trying to watch 366 films this year. It's going okay so far. Let's talk about three more. A Wrinkle in Time is an adaptation of the 1962 young adult novel of the same name, which was long thought to be unfilmable, and this film proves that point. The story is about a young girl and her brother who go on a search for their father through time and space. Some book adaptations are done very, very well, and some are done not so well, and this is one of the latter. While it's been a few days since I've read the original novel, this film seems like they cut out a lot, and when a book adaptation is done well, it feels like you've missed nothing. But in this film, it feels like you've missed everything. The film literally feels like 4 chapters of a book, and you're missing the connective tissue. And at the film's climax, when the music swells and the action happens, I felt nothing. No emotion, no connection to the characters. I was a dead space of emotion. The film seems like a series of things that happen without fully fleshed out characters. It just didn't connect to me at all. It Follows is a supernatural horror film. Our main character, Jay, is a girl who has sex with a guy on the second date. After they are finished, the guy tells Jay, oh, by the way, now this thing is going to follow you. It is invisible, so no one else can see it. It takes a human form. It could be in the shape of people you love. It could be in the shape of anyone. It is slow. It takes a human form, so you can outrun it, but it will consistently follow you until you sleep with somebody else and give it to them. So Jay then struggles to work out the ramifications of sleeping with someone else knowing that she will give this thing to them, while also seeming crazy to her friends and family. So this is an original horror film. I've seen nothing like this before. I really did like it through its first 2 acts. I don't think it quite stuck the landing. Writer-director David Robert Mitchell has talked about how he wanted the film to take on this dreamlike quality, which is all well and good, but it only hits that in its 3rd act, and it seems out of nowhere given the tone of the first 2 acts. But the film is very creepy and effective throughout its running time. I found myself scanning the horizon to see if it was there. And the film does a nice job of either cramming the frame with a lot of people, any which of whom could be it, or leaving the background devoid of any people so you can see it coming a mile away. So in that way, the film was very effective. I just wish it stuck the landing. Monsters and Men is a 2018 drama about the relationship between police and people of color. As I've said, my Netflix list seems very timely these days. The movie takes the form of 3 separate stories. There's Anthony Ramos's character who films a black man being shot by police. There's a police officer played by John David Washington who struggles to balance himself on the line between cop and person of color. And there is a young athlete played by Kelvin Harrison Jr. who is struggling to toe the line between his future and having more community involvement. The biggest problem with Monsters and Men is that these 3 stories stay separate throughout most of its running time, and they don't really add up to anything. The film seems to have a lot to say without actually coming out and saying any of it. And that takes the form of the stories not being seen to their completion, I guess. Especially in the case of John David Washington's character. It seems like his story of the 3 is the one that is most left up in the air. We have seen a lot of movies in this series that take a strong stance on police relations. This is not one of those movies. It seems to want to have its cake and eat it too. And because the film doesn't want to take a strong stance on anything really, it seems to flounder throughout its running time. I think the film has messaging and construction problems in that it's 3 separate stories. If they were more intertwined, I think the film would have worked a little bit better. But because of the separation between the stories and its unwillingness to take a stand on anything, it's just a missed opportunity. And that is it for this episode. Have you guys seen any of these films? Would you like to talk about them in the comments below? I would. See you guys next time. Thanks for watching.